Hey brother, Stuart Matola, men's relationship coach. I hope you're having a great day. And I'm here at the ANU White Trail in Boulder, Colorado, which is a place that I used to come 17, 20 years ago. I lived in Boulder for 25 years, and then I moved to Asheville, North Carolina 2 years ago. And title of this video is, what's your soul asking of you? Okay. It might not be a question you ask yourself that you may not even thought to ask yourself, but it's a great question to take into your marriage, your relationship, the season of life that you're in, whether you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and to consider this one thing that I'm going to talk to you in this video that's going to help you drop into alignment, integrity, honor, a sense of being on the right path, which if you're watching this, there's a decent chance you may not be, and something may be askew in your marriage, your relationship, and just your life in general. Maybe you feel like you don't have time to do what you really want. Maybe you feel like you're not in a marriage that feeds you. Okay. And if that's the case, this question is going to pay big dividends. Okay. So part of what inspired this question was I used to come here a lot as a 38-year-old, and I had an 8-year-old son, and if I could get 45 minutes, an hour, hour and a half away, I would get into the wilderness. And one thing I love about this area is it's known for having some mountain lion activity. And not that I wanted to run into a mountain lion, but there was a way that there was an edge here that I could experience that as a 38-year-old with an 8-year-old son, I was in such a domestic environment that I felt tamed. And I came out here to experience my wildness. Okay, I never ran into a mountain lion, fortunately, or unfortunately. But what I did run into was a sense of myself that I couldn't experience when I was so just bogged down with responsibility, with a family, and with a wife, and with so much that like I said, if I could take an hour for myself, that was a huge win. And so as I've been here now at the age of 55, I've actually thought back 17 years, and I've, in the mystical realm, I've talked to that 38-year-old as if I could go back in time to that younger me from the future, being today, back then, 17 years later. And now I have much more space in my life to ask that question. What does my soul want of me? And it was a question that I didn't have much space to ask of back then. I was just like, I got to just pay the bills. I got to get my kid fed. I got to get my kid to school. But I had very little time to go deeper into myself, what I wanted, how I wanted to show up, how I wanted to live the best life. And now with a 25-year-old son, and really just taking responsibility for myself, with more net wealth, with more time to do what I want, I get to dive into that question deeply. And the one advice I would have given to that 38-year-old 17 years ago is, what's your soul asking of you? And I know at the time it would have said to show up as the best family man possible, to do right by my wife. But I would have said to that younger man, I would have said, well, what about doing right by you? Okay, as well, both and not sacrificing yourself to the level where you're not the best you for your wife or for your son, where you give so much, give so much, give so much, and then you kind of walk around with a low level frequency resentment. And if that's your story, brother, I want you to pause and ask yourself, what is your soul asking of you in your current situation? And as a mentor of mine once said, you get the perfect problems for the stage of development that you're at. Okay. So if you think about the problems that you're experiencing right now, whether that's a sexless marriage or a wife who doesn't respect you, who doesn't treat you kindly, or a kid who doesn't connect with you, what are the opportunities there? Okay. We often don't want to ask ourselves those questions because we just want to focus on getting rid of the problems. So as I'm here back in Boulder and thinking about the different seasons of life, because if you are in your 30s or 40s, in 10, 15 years, you're going to be in a different season of life. And that's going to be predicated on how you show up today. The strength of your family system, the strength of yourself, the strength of your soul is going to be built on the hard decisions you make today and the opportunities that you create out of your challenges. So just a few things to think about there, brother. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for checking it out. See below to check out links to my work, and have a kick-ass day. Bye.